For this lesson, I'm standing outside of Miami University's Dullaboy European Center to talk to you about why you should be moral. In the last lesson, you learned the difference between morality and legality and scientific questions. You might be wondering, well, why should I be moral? It's obvious why you should be legal. When you break the law, you get into trouble and society punishes you in a variety of different ways. But why should you be ethical? Why should you follow the rules of ethics? This is probably the first ethical question you asked in your life. As a child, you were probably told you should share your toys. And you may have wondered, well, why? And whoever it was that was giving you ethical instruction said, well, if you share your toys with the other children, they'll share their toys with you. And later on in life, you realize that's not really a good explanation, right? Because just because you share things with other people doesn't mean they'll share back with you. You run into people like when you're traveling who you'll never meet again, and they will not have a chance to repay your kindness. So the question still remains, why should you be ethical? Why should you be moral is actually one of the oldest questions in philosophy. Over 2,500 years ago, Plato wrote his most famous dialogue called The Republic, and in part of that, two of Socrates' students asked Socrates, why should we be moral? We understand that if people think we're moral, we can gain political power, and it's good for us economically, but that's not really being moral, Socrates, they asked. And they pointed out, look, if we could become invisible, people would act immorally. So the only reason people behave well is because of the consequences. And that's not a very good reason for why we should be moral. And so Plato spends the rest of the book explaining why you should be moral. So in the reading for this section, the author is going to go through a variety of reasons for why we should be moral. He's ultimately going to dismiss all of them. And so you might be left with sort of this empty feeling. And so let me remind you that philosophy is not about the bottom line. Philosophy is about a process of going through, trying to figure out what the answers are, not about what is the answer exactly. So enjoy this chapter.